Hello, Sudoku friends. Welcome to a hard Sudoku from sudokuexchange.com. Let's dive right in. There's a 6 blocking up here and 1 blocking down, so a 6 must go here. A 4 is blocking over, 1 is blocking down, 4 goes here or here, and therefore here or here. 4 blocking up, 4 goes here or here. 8 blocking up like so, so here's an 8 in one of these two squares as well. 9 blocks down, 9 blocks over, here goes a 9 somewhere, and also therefore here or here. I'm just familiarizing myself with the grid, that's all. 6 blocks over, 6 blocks up, so here's a 6 somewhere, and therefore a 6 here somewhere. We need a 1, 3, 7, 8 for these squares here. There's a 1, 3, and an 8 blocking this square, which therefore must be a 7. And I think, yes, the 4 and the 7 block up, so a 4 and a 7 block across. So these two squares must be a 4 and a 7. And given the 2 here blocking up, that means that one of these squares is a 2. What does that do with this square here? It cannot be a 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be a 5, but another 6, 7. So this could be a 5 or an 8. Yes, a 5 or an 8. And actually it cannot be a 5, it must be an 8, and here is why. I'm looking at this square, it also shows intersecting columns and rows. So if we study this square here, it cannot be a 1, 2, 3, 4. It can be a 5, but not a 6, 7, 8, or a 9. So this is a 5, and therefore this square must be an 8. Let me repeat the count. It cannot be a 1. It cannot be a 2 because the 2 blocks up here, and one of these is a 2. So not a 1, not a 2, not a 3, not a 4, not a 5, 6, 7, or 9. So yes, this is in fact an 8. And these 8s blocking up and this 8 blocking over makes this an 8. 4 and 7 here, these now must be a 1, 2, and a 3. And they will have to wait a while. These must be a 1 and a 3 remote pair. 2, 4, and a 7 here. No, I can't resolve those. What I can resolve, however, is the 5 blocking up, the 5 blocking up, the 5 blocking over. So here's a 5. This 5 blocks across, so does this. This blocks up, so here's another 5, which blocks down. A couple of 5s block over, so a 5 also must go here. And we now have all the 5s in the grid. So now a 6 blocks up here, a 6 blocks over, so one of these is a 6 blocking across. This blocks across, so here's a 6. 6 blocks down, 6 blocks over, so one of these is a 6, and also one of these. So we got 6s in 2 of these 4 squares. Now I'm looking at this row here and the 6s. This 6 blocks down, this 6 blocks here and here, this 6 blocks down, so here's a 6. 6 blocks up, 6 blocks up, 6 blocks across, so here's a 6. 2, 7, and a 3 now here. No, not yet. 2, 4, 8, 9 here. There's a 9 and a 8 here, so this is a 2, 4. 9, 2, this is a 4, 8. Can I really not do anything with that? Yes, of course I can, because the 8 blocks down, the 8 blocks here and here, so here's an 8. Oh, silly me. 8 blocks up, 8 blocks up, this therefore must be an 8. Now 2, 4, and a 9 here. So a 9 must definitely go in one of these two squares. The 2 and the 4, I really don't know yet. But I do know something about a 4, and I know that 1, 3, and a 4 are necessary to complete column 7. There's a 1 and a 3 here, so here must be a 4, and this is now a 1, 3 and a 1, 3 remote pair. And we know that one of these must be a 4. Now this 4 blocks this square, so a 4 goes here. A couple of 4s now block across, while 1 blocks down. Here's a 4. And that takes care of the 4, 7 we had up here. And also this 4 blocks up now. This 4 blocks across, so here's also a 4. More 4s, please. Yes, 4 here or here. And where else? 4, 4, 4. Yes, one of these is a 4. So we got 4s in 2 of these 4 squares. Which ones? I really don't know yet. But I know that this must be a 1 because one of these is a 1. This one blocks over, so here's a 1. And therefore these must be a 2 and a 3. A 3 blocks up, so here's a 2 and here's a 3. This square can only be a 7. So we got a 4 and a 7 here. That means that these must be a 4 and a 7, and therefore we need a 7 for this square here, which blocks across while this blocks down. Here's another 7. Can we continue with the 7s? I think we can, yes. Here's a 7 blocking down and 1 blocking across, so a 7 goes here. And that gives me a 7 here and a 4 here, because we just analyzed those. 4 blocks over, 4 blocks over, 4 blocks up. Here's a 4. Let's see, what do we need here? We need an 8 and a 1. There's an 8 in the row, so clearly the 1 must go here and the 8 here. This is now a 2 and a 9. And these are a 3 and a 2. So why don't we just start with the easy one? That would be the 3 that goes here. Because it blocks over, this blocks over, giving me a 3 for this square here. What are these? They have to be a 2 and a 3. We got a 3 blocking up, so here's a 2, here's a 3. 2, 6, and 9 for these squares. Let's see. Can't see. Oh, hang on, the 6 blocks over, so of course this is a 6. This is now a 2, 9 remote pair. There's a 2 blocking here, so the 9 goes here and the 2 goes here. And these must be a 1 and a 6. 6 blocks over, so 1 here, 6 here. 1 blocks over, 1 here, and therefore 1 here. Last digit here is a 9, making this a 9. This must be an 8. And now it should be possible to find the rest. This square must be a 9, which blocks over. So again, one of these is a 9, the other is a 2, leaving a 3 and a 1 for these squares. 3 blocks down, so a 1 goes here, 3 here, and 3 here. 2 and 1 here. Now the 2 blocks up, so here's a 1, here's a 2. Therefore, this is a 2, making this a 9. This can only be a 2, and this square can only be a 3. That wasn't too bad for a hard puzzle, and I hope that you enjoyed it as well. Thank you for stopping by, and see you again soon. Bye for now.